Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your final mini reading. So we begin your reading with the Ten of Swords. This represents, just the end of something. Perhaps there's a relationship, a job, a friendship that you have already reached the point where you're just like, there's no chance for this to even turn around, for there to be a revival. Is just the end. Okay, some of you may be also planning something new. You may be also traveling. You may be this may be the beginning of a new success, of a bold decision that you need to make. And they recommend that you begin that decision making process, okay? That you don't delay things anymore. There's somebody that you may have been with, and they're finding that right now their life is a mess. And this could be, their life is a mess without you. You could be feeling this. They could be feeling this. There's something that you guys have been setting your mind on and wanting to do, and you finally do it. Okay, you're going to make it. You're going to be successful in whatever it is that you're planning to do. But they're telling you to take your time and really think things through, like we saw with with the whole situation of the Two of Wands in terms of planning. It says, face what you've avoided. Avoidance is a change in disguise. What you're not willing to face still controls you, all right? If this is something from the past, if this is a relationship, if this is a conversation that you need to have, that you probably feel, it's not going to go well, and so you've been avoiding it, they're telling you that it's time for you to face it, okay? Also, if you're feeling bad about yourself, spend time with people who are kind to you, okay? So see if you can find some friends, people that are always there for you. Spend time with them. If you're feeling like in a rut, having to make decisions, but in the end, you're going to make it. Fragmentation. Don't let chores crush your spirit. Dirty dishes, just small hurdles. They can rule your life, okay? So if you guys are in the process of having to fix your closet, having to fix your yard, having to redecorate, okay? Take away all the decorations from the Christmas decorations, things that you need to do. Don't let that be a hurdle in your life, okay? But for the most part, everything looks good. Things that need to end will end, and things that need to come in will be coming in. All right, Cancer, thank you so much for being with me today. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out when I go live and answer personal questions and free tarot questions. Thank you so much. Stay scared, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Happy New Year. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your mini tarot reader for the end of the year. This will be our last reading. And so we begin your reading with the Wheel of Fortune. What a way to begin, right? Of course, the Wheel of Fortune means new opportunities that just come in, right? That the wheel starts turning in your favor. For those of you who haven't had much success, much luck, much opportunities, there's a new spin in your life that's going to bring a lot of lucky beginnings, all right? Better situations, good luck. If you guys play the lotto, I'm not encouraging you to go crazy and play it, but if you can afford to play a few dollars as the year ends, that might be like a good way to start the year. You never know what could happen, right? Tarot is our friend who tells us everything. And then we have the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands symbolizes inner balance, and it's a good time to explore new territory. Some of you may be wanting to travel just to explore, just to see. Maybe you might want to move to a new country that you're fascinated by. Maybe this is a new idea that you want to start in another country, or just a desire that you've been feeling about wanting to do something that you finally say, you know what? Let me just take a leap of faith. Let me go ahead and do it. All right. There is somebody in your life that just can't take being without you anymore. Okay, this might be you. This might be a friend. This might be somebody that you're involved with romantically, that they're at their wits' end. You know how when there is no contact, and then they don't want to speak, but they just begin to really be in the process of just getting ready to pop because they really want to speak to you. Okay, again, take it as it resonates. This could be you. This could be them. All right. And stop trying to save people and look out for people who would not even share the snacks with you. Okay. There are people in your life that you go above and beyond for, and they don't do the same for you. So it's time in the new year for you to reevaluate a situation and just realize that you cannot continue to give to people who do not give you. Then we have release the root. You cannot fully heal what you're afraid to name. Trace the pain to its roots and gently pull it loose from your field. Okay. There's something that you really need to just get rid of and pull it from the root so that it doesn't keep on surfacing. Life and death. Do we really die? This might be something that you might be questioning, something that maybe just occurred to you. Maybe that you're wondering, do we really die? When we die, you know, just curiosity that just suddenly pops into your head. And then we have shed the pretense, break free from limits, embrace your truth. Freedom blooms in authenticity. Okay, so stop being something that you're not for other people. Take care of yourself. Look out for yourself, as I previously told you. All right, you guys, take care. One love. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can be notified when I go live and you can take advantage of those free tarot questions. All right, thank you. Take care. Subscribe. Hey, Virgo, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your end of the year mini reading. So we begin your reading with the Hierophant. All right. So this represents authority in the spiritual level. Some of you may be connecting with the spiritual world, with the divine, okay? Lately, you may have been feeling, this is Taurus energy, that you're not really interested in the material stuff, but more you are about spirituality, communicating, and really following through with the things that you set yourself through, okay? Like rules, right? Sometimes we set ourselves rules, and so we want to be able to stick to them, right? Especially when it comes to starting a new project, starting a business, and things like that. Lately, you may have been feeling like you haven't really had the strength to do something that you want to do, right? You haven't had that resilience, and you begin to overcome difficulties when it comes to willpower and bold actions. So if in the past, maybe you were afraid of doing something, now is the time when you begin to realize, you know what, I'm just going to go for it, right? With the Hierophant, you're definitely protected, okay? But you need to communicate and have the strength to communicate, particularly when it comes to work, about the things that you want. If you want to raise, you need to be able to communicate that and build the strength, okay? Also, they're telling me, try not to take so much crap from people at work. I don't know why I'm getting that message. There is somebody who is truly obsessed with you, okay? Obsession can be good when it's good and it's not a crazy person, but be careful of the people that you meet or the people that you're with. Maybe this might be somebody who's full of drama, okay? And you have had it, like you don't want to deal with them anymore. And so you come to the realization that that person could be obsessed with you, but they don't really deserve you, right? And you're done with the drama. They could tend to be a little dramatic. All right. And you're willing to let that energy go. And it says, release the soul burden. What you carry in silence still shapes your path. Speak it, feel it, and finally let it go. Okay, so maybe you might want to have a conversation with this person, but in the end, you're finally going to let them go. Okay, and back again to communication. So make sure that you are communicating your feelings overall and every aspect of your life. And then it says dodgy neighbors. Know when to walk away and know when to return. Okay, so if you get into some kind of problems with your neighbors or with anybody, know when to walk away to avoid problems. And finally, you have solo goddess, alone, no, untamed. This is your era to glow for you. It's a throne for your wild, wonderful self. Okay, so you might just be wanting to feel like you just want to be alone. Let this person go, let the drama go, and focus on you. All right, Virgo, this has been your reading. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can take advantage of when I go live and answer free tarot questions. Take care, one love, and Happy New Year. Thank you. Subscribe. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet end of the year reading. We begin your reading with the King of Wands. You know, the King of Wands is very steady. They have great power of action. They're very determined. They have like a holy attitude where they're very honest and concise. Okay, so make sure that if there is anything that you need to do, you begin to do it. Of course, plan, think things through. Do not jump to anything, but do take action. And be very honest when you start to take that action, because, you know, honesty is the best policy. Because eventually, if you are dishonest, that's not going to lead you to anything, because everything eventually comes to light. All right, you're going to be very successful in something that you do with the Six of Wands. All right, this represents a person who's achieved success because of his own hard work and strong desire. Okay, they enjoy the success. They were focused. They begin to reap what they've sown throughout the year. And I feel like for many of you, you guys have worked so hard in 2025 that now in 2026, you're going to see yourself being triumphant. Some of you may even literally win awards or win a recognition, you know, like what is it, employee of the month, okay? There is somebody who wants to tell you the truth and they cannot find a way to do so. They feel a bit intimidated. They're afraid of what you might say. They're afraid of how you might react. All right. There are some of you who are also maybe feeling a little like trash, like not that you are trash, but you're feeling like trash. Okay. You may be feeling like you have no opportunity for growth. But when you start to see this Six of Wands coming into your life, right, you begin to see that you didn't do your work for anything. And speaking of which, reap what you sow. The energy you put out will be returned to you. Choose wisely as you reap what you've sown. Okay? Choose when it comes to the right people, when it comes to how you invest your money, how you use your money, right? And then we have environment, help our planet. We have beautiful plants and native animals. Some of you may be really into animals and helping the planet, right? Helping others, raising money for animals who are in need, for the planet, coming together to clean, recycle, do all those kinds of things, right? And it says family boundaries, polite decline, overbearing relatives demand, seek conflict-free responses without resentment. Okay, some of you may be needing to set boundaries with some family members who sometimes cannot take no for an answer. Okay, remember to put yourself first. If there's something they're asking you to do, then if you can do it, you absolutely cannot do it. All right, make sure that people are not overstepping their boundaries. All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out when I go live and answer free tarot questions. Take care. One love. Happy New Year. Subscribe. Hey, Taurus, welcome back for your short and sweet reading for the end of the year. This is a little mini reading as we end the year, and you begin the reading with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles represents a person who tends to be mature in his attitude towards material things and wealth. Okay, this is a person who's very successful, so you may be embodying this energy. You may want to upgrade your status, and so you begin to work hard. You maybe perhaps have been working hard, and now you reach this moment where you are at a higher level of maturity when it comes to money. You know how to take care of your money. You know how to spend, not spend, and they're telling you to continue to be mindful of that. Don't overspend. If you want to invest, make sure that you're paying attention to where you are investing, because you're going to be extremely intelligent, okay, when it comes to situations like this. It's always mind over heart, okay? So the Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient. She's independent. She represents sanity and various knowledges, okay? She uses her judgment very well. Okay, and then you might have somebody that feels like there is no one who can understand them but you. And so if you are apart from this person may be coming back simply because they know that there's no one who can understand them the way that you do. All right, and in terms of speaking about judgment, be very careful with red flags. Okay, don't think that because somebody is so happy and go lucky that they might be a good person. Okay, so use your better judgment. Restore mind, body, and spirit. True healing happens when you align mind, body, and spirit. Reconnect to your essence. Okay, if you guys have maybe been feeling like you're disconnected from the universe, from the divine, it's time for you, even from people, right, from your friends, from family members, from your own job, from your own love to yourself. You need to reconnect. Misjudgment, here again. Everyone just wants to be treated as if they are normal. That's fine, but a lot of the time people aren't normal. So be very mindful of the people that you bring into your life. Again, like we said in the beginning with the Queen of Swords, try to use your better judgment, and because everything that glitters isn't gold, okay? Nurture love. Set aside devices and sacred family times. Don't let screens break divine connection. So if you're out now celebrating with your family, Christmas, New Year's, put your devices away, pay some attention to them, okay? Because these may be people that you don't often see, and they might feel like, they don't really matter to you. All right, so make sure that you are paying attention. Make sure that you're using your better judgment. Make sure that you are treating people the way that they deserve to be treated. But again, be mindful of people and their red flags. Okay, take care. One love. Wishing you all the best in the new year. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can take advantage of when I go live, so that you can ask questions where I answer for free. Thank you. Hey Libra, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet tarot reading for the end of the year. We begin your reading with the sun. You know that the sun represents vitality, enthusiasm, and energy with a bright vision and the help of noble people, right? So happiness and joy are very short. So they're telling you to take that time to enjoy yourself. Some of you may find out that somebody is pregnant, okay? But mostly this is about restoring that faith within yourself, finding the energy, because a lot of the time the sun is bright and that's where we get our energy from, right? That's where our vitamin D comes from. So make sure that because you may have been feeling sort of out of balance with the other cards that I see here, because I have here the card of embracing balance. And so you begin to find that energy again. Also, we have here the 7 of Pentacles. So this usually is about somebody who is humble when it comes to their work. They work very hard. They work slow. They work at their pace, but they work very hard. And it's going to come a time where you begin to see that everything you've worked so hard for begins to pay off. Okay, but they're telling you don't stop. Okay, if this is something that works for you in the way how you work and you build your wealth in that way, then they're telling you not to stop. If something is already working for you, continue to do what's working for you. There's somebody who wants to let you know that they want to be different. This might be somebody who you may have had arguments with because of their personality. I'm hearing a lot of being somebody that's very stubborn, and you've been telling them that they need to change their ways and they don't seem to be hearing you, and you are tired of it. Okay, they're telling you to take a rest, take a nap, relax, try to put this in the back burner and revisit it later. Okay, unblock the flow. When your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean a space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. So whatever it is that you need to do so that you can unblock the flow. If you're feeling frustrated, speak about it. Don't hold it all in. Okay, remember that you need to, with the sun, you're going to be gaining that energy that you lost all over again. Okay, so it says communicating using the 4 clairs. The universe is sending you a never-ending stream of messages to help you. So pay attention, okay? Pay attention to the divine, to the universe. They're trying to communicate with you. All right, pay attention. Also, they're telling me to your intuition. And then here we have embrace balance. Blend ambition with rest, passion with presence. Don't sacrifice one aspect of your life for another, okay? So try to keep a balance of things, all right, you guys? Thank you so much for being here. One love. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can take advantage of when I go live and I answer free tarot questions for all my members. Take care. One love, and I'll see you soon. Or actually, all my subscribers. Take care. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet end of the year mini reading. We begin your reading with the 2 of Pentacles, which suggests money-related decisions, okay? Representing a time when one is carefully weighing one's ability and multiple opportunities for choice to arise, okay? You may be literally just like trying to balance your money, trying to balance your life, trying to make a decision in terms of money. And whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision. But my guides are telling me to take your time. When it comes to, I'm hearing a lot of purchase of a home. So some of you may be making a big purchase. Maybe this could be a home, a car, an apartment. And they're telling you to be mindful, to do it slowly once you have that balance. And then again, you're going to have a lot of options. If some of you are in the middle of trying to make a big purchase, you're going to have options, but remember that everything that glitters is not gold, okay? This represents a non-realistic dimension of life and demonstrates the truly magical quality of awakened imagination, okay? So they're telling you can dare to dream, but be mindful of the choices that you make when you have a lot of choices, okay? Someone is feeling very depressed without you and missing your light. They feel like they are in the dark, but this might have been somebody who did something very unpleasant to you, because here you are, and while this person is going crazy, right, missing you, missing your light, you are relaxing, you are unbothered, you're drinking your tea. It's almost like you're trying to teach them a lesson, which I do not blame you, okay? Because this could have been somebody who's very arrogant, and that you decided, you know what, I'm just gonna put you in the back burner for now and just relax. And it says, restore the broken self. Parts of you were left behind in pain. Call them home. You are ready to become whole again. Okay, so if this person hurt you to the point that you don't want to return to them, that's fine. Okay, maybe you feel like you have been burned, you want to leave the past in the past and just become a whole new you. Okay, and then it says the Black Library. Don't believe everything that you read. And I'm going to add to this, don't also believe everything that people tell you, particularly when they tell you gossip that's going to drive you crazy and you have no facts about. Okay, because sometimes people just come up with the darnest things. They cause you anxiety, stress, and it's just not worth it. All right. Some of you might be taking a journey. It says, wander with the divine courage. Let travel ignite your passion and allow it to transform you from within. Some of you may need to travel in order for you to get over what has been going on, in order for you to have a moment of relaxation and rest and just, come back to yourself. Maybe a little bit of a hermit mode kind of moment. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being with me today. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can take advantage of when I go live and I answer free tarot questions. Take care. One love. Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet end of the year mini reading. We begin your reading with the Five of Pentacles. Some of you may have recently been really, really struggling when it comes to money, and you've been manifesting and hoping that things get better. This is something that has happened just short term. This isn't something that's going to last, but it has a lot to do with your job. I feel like some of you may be walking away, okay, from a job that no longer serves you. Okay, you may be feeling that you've been working hard. At some point in your life, this job was everything you've ever wanted, but now it's just indicating a lot of disappointment, emotional frustration, betrayal, just a lot of spiritual hurt. Perhaps you're not being appreciated by your boss. Perhaps this is just something you no longer want to do. So you are choosing to leave that behind and move to, to something better. There's somebody feeling that their space is dark without you. They're really like needing you, wanting you to come back. If you guys are going through a breakup or through a separation, this person is really on fire and they're really needing your help with regards to something. Okay, so don't be surprised if they come running after a certain time. They're feeling very confused. They're having like a lot of panic attacks and nightmares at night thinking about you. Okay, thinking that their life cannot go on because they're missing you. You used to be this type of person who gave a lot to the relationship, and now that you're not there, it doesn't feel the same for them. So it says unblock the flow. When your energy is stuck, nothing moves. Start small, clean space, cry it out, speak a truth. Movement is medicine. Okay, so if you need to move, go for a walk, go for a ride in your car, whatever it is, this might be the situation with this person that's driving you insane. Okay, and they're just telling you let go. All right. And then exercise. If you don't use it, you lose it. So if you guys have like a membership to a gym, don't forget to use it. I'm feeling a lot of you have issues with your knees, and they're telling you to maybe gather some friends that you can go on a walk with. I see you guys walking. And so just go for a walk, okay? Because that might help your knee situation, believe it or not. All right. And I'm also hearing CBD. So that might be like an ointment that you might want to put on your knee that might help you. It says protect digital privacy. Be cautious about personal information shared online. Don't overshare and endanger your privacy. Not just online, but also when you meet people. Okay. Make sure that you have your purse close by, your wallet for those gentlemen, okay, and that people aren't, taking advantage that when you're not around, they're snooping through your business. All right, guys, take care. One love. See you soon. Don't forget to subscribe so that when I go live, you can take advantage to answer, to ask free tarot questions during my live. Hello, Leo. Welcome back to your short and sweet reading. We begin your reading with the Nine of Pentacles, which suggests that some of you may have been working so hard that you finally reach that level of confidence and success. For me, the Nine of Pentacles is the equivalent of the Empress. So you're going to have sufficient financial security. Okay, you're going to be very independent. Some of you maybe even reaching a level of financial success that you weren't even expecting. So you're going to be shocked at yourself. But that's because you work really, really hard. You never give up. Okay, Leo, that's just who you are. And you're the type of person that's very generous. So when you make all of this money, if you have all of this money, you're always sharing with people. There might be some people who literally owe you money and they might be returning that money to you. Maybe this is something that you've been asking for a really long time. You were generous and then people took advantage and now they're returning that money to you. Some of you maybe even helping others, right? Just giving to others, donating to, like, for example, places like St. Jude, and giving to other people who are in need right now. Okay. And because of that, God always tends to multiply your generosity. Okay. This person wants to come rushing to you. There might be somebody or you that either you want to come rushing or they want to come rushing towards you. And they're telling you to pay attention and see what else astrology might have for you in the cards. All right. So if you guys are those people who aren't so much into astrology, they're telling you that as the new year begins, try and go and see what the new year brings in terms of astrology. Okay. Some of you have been feeling very frustrated because there's something that you guys want to tell the truth about and set yourself free. So it says, speak the truth you've hidden, your need, your fears, your regrets. Freedom begins there. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, right, or with to a friend, you may be wanting to speak your truth at work with your family. It's time for you to speak your truth, because you've been bottling a lot up that you are just getting ready to explode, and that is not healthy. So it says energy and auras. Keep your thoughts and energy positive. How you think affects your energy and your aura. Speaking of which, there is a egg ritual video in my channel. You can check that out and clean your energies as we enter the new year. Okay, it's a great ritual to begin the year. It says conscious anger. Feel anger, use it wisely. It's a signal when boundaries are crossed. So yeah, this confirms that you have been feeling really, really angry. And it's just because you're bottling things up and you don't know how to say them. So you need to take a moment to express what you're feeling. And then like that, you're going to feel better. This could be to a friend, to a counselor, to whomever, but you need to let it out. All right. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, don't forget to subscribe so that when I go live, you can take advantage of that moment where I answer free tarot questions. All right, you guys, take care, one love, and happy new year. See you soon. Subscribe. Hi Aries, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet reading. We begin your reading on the last reading of the year. We begin your reading with the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups, he's an actor of affection, right? He's very affectionately, he's emotionally mature. He's not a person that's going to come to you and be like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and not really follow through. Okay. So be mindful of that, okay? If you have been hurt in the past where you're probably thinking everybody is the same, everybody is not the same, okay? They come in slow, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, but he comes in anyways. This might be somebody who's a little younger than you. Knights are, younger. And when this person comes to you, because you're in that defensive mode, you're going to be in that kind of King of Swords energy where you're going to be more in your masculine energy if you're a woman, okay? And also if you're a man, where you're going to be determined to follow through and give this a chance, but you're going to remain calm, okay? And you're going to have a clear mind when it comes to making these decisions in terms of love, okay? You're going to really think things through. No one is going to easily convince you, all right? And your mind is going to be very clear in order to make those decisions. And then there's somebody who is wondering how you could ever forgive the mess that they've made, okay? This is somebody that really burned you, that really upset you, and you are in the mode of just chilling right now. You are not trying to have a conversation. You are not trying to go back to them quickly, okay? You're in this kind of mood energy where your mood is up and down. Okay, one moment you feel like speaking to them, and then when you remember what they've done to you, you're like, okay, no. And you go back to that. So they're just telling me that to take your time in making that decision, right? This might be another person that comes in, but you're in that King of Swords energy where you're going to really be thinking clearly, okay? Understand soulmate lessons. Soulmates come to teach you. Embrace the lessons they bring, even if they're hard to swallow. Okay, this person may have just come in your life to teach you a lesson. You may forgive them, you may not. Okay, so that's really, you have free will. And then you have new opportunities that are coming in that are going to be very, very exciting in the new year. And it's opportunities that you've been looking for, wishing for, hoping for, manifesting, and they're coming in to really like set you in the right path. Okay, and these are opportunities that with this King of Swords, you're gonna really be focused and in making the right decision. And then you have an abundance mindset. There's enough magic for all. Don't believe in scarcity mentality. All right, so stay in that abundant mentality, because you're gonna have all these opportunities that are gonna give you your abundance. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Take care, one love. Don't remember to subscribe so that you can take advantage when I go live and answer free tarot questions for all people who subscribe. Thank you. Take care. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet reading, our final reading for the end of the year. We begin the reading with the Queen of Wands. All right. So they're basically telling you, this is Leo energy. They're basically telling you to try and be more positive with the ideas and take practical action. Try not to overwhelm yourself. Try to work smarter, not harder. The Queen of Wands is about, success and taking action, but try to do things in a way that you're planning them so everything can be done smoothly. All right, so you have no hiccups in the road, so that things can turn out the best that you can be. And here with the star, they will. Okay, so the star is about reconnecting with one's soul and divinity. Okay, this represents a lot of hope or bright future. Maybe some of you may have been feeling down and out, but they're telling you that with the star, they keep their promises, and this could be the universe. All right, and the dreams that you have may come true. Okay, you guys, and then we move on to somebody who wishes that they could be a different person. All right, this might be a person who has a personality of being very stubborn, being closed-minded, and sometimes you get into arguments with this person because of that. It doesn't necessarily need to be a romantic relationship, but it can just be a friend. Okay, and also they're telling you to keep in mind that the universe is not Amazon Prime. So when you ask and you manifest the universe, and you ask for something to the universe, make sure that you are being patient, because they are not going to give things to you when you want it. The universe and God work together. So in God's perfect timing, you will be receiving what you need. It says release inner criticism. Silence the inner critic. Speak to yourself with kindness and watch your confidence soar. So if you have been mean to yourself, like, sabotaging yourself, saying to yourself that you can't complete a certain task, that you're incapable of doing something, that's not the truth. All right. Others of you need to take the time to meditate. It says use the guide when you want to meet up with past or loved ones during your meditation. Okay, so you may want to connect with past loved ones. Okay, so try to practice meditation so that you can connect with the divine, with the universe, as well as with the angels, with the people that you have lost. And then we have spontaneity. Embrace unexpected experiences and follow your impulses. Don't let routine and predictability dull your life. Okay, some of you may be feeling bored with routines. I know I do. So they're just telling you, be spontaneous, do something that you wouldn't normally do, right? Like go for a walk, go running, ride a bike. That's not something you would normally do. Take a trip, even if it's to the next city, all right, or the next state. All right, you guys, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to watch. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you can be notified when I go live, and you can take advantage of me answering free tarot questions for all my subscribers. Take care. One love. Happy New Year. See you soon. Hi, Pisces. Welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot for your short and sweet reading, our last mini reading for the end of the year. We begin your reading with the Seven of Swords. All right. This represents deception, betrayal, and trickery. All right. But I don't feel that somebody has been betraying you, or that you're going to find out about any trickery, although you might take it as it resonates. However, I do feel that you are being strategic with something. Okay. And they're telling you, try not to self-sabotage. Okay. Remember that it's all about quality, not quantity. Okay, so yes, be strategic with the things that you do, but not in a way that you're going to sabotage yourself. So they're telling you to really, really think things through. Okay, have a clear mind with the Ace of Swords. Your mind will be clear when you need to make decisions. Okay, because the Ace of Swords, it's a new star, making new decisions, but clear thinking when you make those decisions. You're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to stay focused to make significant progress. Okay. You're going to be redefining your future. This card is also justice in the minor arcana. So if there's something that hasn't been just, that hasn't been working in your favor, this is Libra and Aquarius energy, everything is going to begin to work out for you. Okay. And then you lately have been thinking a lot about painful memories from the past, and you guys are telling you to be mindful of that. Okay, because that creates health issues. Even your crystals are already tired of your drama, right? That creates a lot of drama in your head, where you begin to think about the past and you begin to fall not so much into depression, but fall into moments where you may not want to go out, you may not want to be, your regular self and stay in that regular routine, which makes it even worse. So they're telling you, forgive yourself. Forgiveness isn't for others, it's for you. Free yourself from guilt and shame. This could be that you guys got involved with somebody who didn't give you the same as you gave them. It wasn't a give and take situation. And you realize that you have invested in somebody who you made a mistake on. And that's fine, okay? But just make sure that, you're moving on and that you're taking care of yourself. That's what's very important. And it says immediate action. The number 25 might be significant. Something is coming up that requires your immediate attention. So take control of the situation, okay? Something may be coming up. You may already know what that is. They're telling you to take immediate action. Do not procrastinate, right? And just do what you need to do. And it says dress. Confidence is your best outfit. Wear what makes you feel unstoppable. Style is self-respect in motion. All right, you guys. So if you guys have been feeling in a rut, put on that dress, go out and have fun. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. One love. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can take advantage of when I go live, where you can ask free tarot questions. All right. Take care. One love. Happy New Year.